Jai Sri Krishna. Let's start discussion on very important topic, which is the workflow automation and transaction monitoring system, specifically a case management. So we are discussing on the case management workflow. We will doing how to do the automation in case management system, what we are including, what we are excluding. So let's start discussion on this very important topic in the transaction monitoring system in the name screening or the payment screening system to manage this the case management, and it enhance the efficiency and accuracy in financial crime compliance. So after implementing that, you will able to if increase the efficiency of your system in the financial crime sector. So let's first discuss on the challenges and the manual grid related to the case management. So in this slide we will discuss on the topic that is a current state of the transaction monitoring. So we will discuss how the the bank or the financial institutions are doing the currently the process of the transaction monitoring system. So it might be the data ingestion process, the alert generations or the alert review, and then the dashboard UI UX how should look like. So we will discuss these things in the details. The manual and labor intensive case management, or there is the human interaction more. The manual need to create the manually case, it's not system created case, and to assign case manually assign the cases to the next user. So these are thing in the current systems, and these are the some issues. Let's discuss on what are the issues are in the current systems and that need to be work on such issues, so that will help. So alert overload, high volume of fails positive, definitely in the old dated system or the rule based system or the, the risk based systems are generated the more a number of the fails positive rates, that will the alert will trigger when on the basis of rule, it's not do the predictive analysis or the rank analysis, the system will generally alert the generate the alert. In the data silos, it is and also most important. In the old system, the information is scattered across the multiple system, the data sources where we pull the data and feed that data to the transaction monitoring system. So that data we collected from the different sources, and it is not at the real time monitoring system. So it is an the batch processes system where we run the process in the batches to feed the data, or also we need to extract the data in different files and then uploaded this data to the systems to specific file. So that's the process is the lengthy process and the time consuming process, you know and the human interactive and repetitive process, and the repetitive acts human uh, manual data gathering and report generation. So human will interact with to collect the data, to feed the data, generate the report, to run the system to generate the report, to do the analysis, and to delete the fails positive. So these are the process are manual process, and from these process the error of human may make the errors, and or may reduce not identify the suspicious activity or the fails or true positive alerts in the system, and inconsistency and mistakes due the due will happens and things and not work the system properly, and which is the insufficient case closure. So because of it is not in the system, or the case management will not properly managed by or the assigned to the appropriate person, so that will be not the system will not able to do the case closure accurately, and with incomplete data we will able to close the case. So that's the issue will happen in that system, and delay in the closing and impacting in the production or the audit trail for the case closure, who will handle the case, what data in that case. So that will also the most of the challenges in the old system. So let's discuss on introducing the workflow automation. So in this topic we will disclose on the what is a workflow automation and how it will implement in the systems. So what are the elements or components of automation of the workflows, the case management workflow. So let's discuss on the definition of that side. The use of technology to automatically execute the tasks or series of tasks based on the set of predefined rules. So in that case we will use some technological tools or the technological method like a robotic process automation, like a blockchain, like a AI ML techniques, and we will feed that automation technology to the system. So system will automatically get the data, understand the data, and then assign that task to the particular user. So with the data, with the reference, with the comments of the previous user or the L1 viewer, or the first level reviewer, and get that to the next user who is appropriate and who are most knowledge on that case. So that's the automation of tasks. And also the prioritize the task, system will itself do the prioritization of tasks. So what are the the alerts, or what are the cases he or she need to do the first analysis. So that's, and the application in transaction monitoring system is that the automating the end-to-end case management process from alert generation to the final case closure. So it will pop up what case need to be closed today, or what are the highest priority cases, or what are the data requirement for that cases. So that's the case level that system will handle. And bold from these the automation of workflow will be the to free of compliance analysts to focus on complex investigation rather than the administrative tasks. So they will do the analysis more, not in the task. So the key pillar for the automation. So what are the key pillars for automation? The core component of an automatic system. What are the core component, or what things we need to implement that the system or the case management process will go the automatically? So first one, in a rule engine we need to build to automatically score and prioritize the alert based on the risks. So there are, we have the tags or the analyst who can analyze on the basis of risks, and the system will use the rule engine methodology, and on that basis the tags will automatically assign to that particular user on the history of that alerts or that customers. On that basis the system will assign the tags to the respective users. And then robotic process automation, as I already told you, it is and the most important technique, the robotic automation process to manualize the to to remove the automation, increasing the automation in the tasks, and reduce the human interaction with the tasks. So boards perform the repetitive tasks like logging into the system, copy data and the population form, and and do the some data. That is the robotic automation process we use, and that system will done automatically. And integrated case management, a centralized platform to manage all cases data communicating with action. So we need to build a centralized where all the cases will store. Anyone can go in the platform and check the case history or the case status. So we have the all the cases which we generated in the system, where we can track and what we how we work on that cases, how we close that cases. So these are the integrated and the central case management system where we track all the cases. And the report analytics, so we will also do the report analysis, and automatically the system will itself create the like suspicious transactions report, or the cash transactions report, or the suspicious activity report, or the electronic transactions report, or the international transactions report, or the RTGS transactions report by itself. So automated generation of report and dashboard for the real time reporting. And then we will use the AIML techniques to enhance the alert accuracy and reduce the fails positive to over time with increase the rates. So these we will add in the key pillars of automation. So let's move on the next slide. That is the automated workflow in action. So how the we will do the workflow, automated workflow in action. So in this topic we will discuss on the step by step breakdown of the automated process. So how we will create the small tasks and automated the work. So how the process flow will look like? So alert generation. So first the system will once we feed the data or the transaction data or the new customer data or the payment system data to the systems and run, then the system will start generating an alert to detect the suspicious activity in that transaction and to trigger the alert. So initial trigger will automatically engine score and alert base rules. So customer risks, transactions amount, or the transaction type. The system on that basis, a system will automatically itself assign that alerts to the particular user of that department on that level of the experience, and that the rules we will fit into the system. That way the system will trigger the alert and assign. Like the new alert or completely new alert will assign the business team or the operational team. If that the customer have the history of the suspicious activity report, or we file the suspicious transaction report or the cash transaction report, so such activity automatically goes to the compliance team. Or if it is and the most critical, so that directly that activity go to the L1 L2 reviewer. So on that basis we will assign that risk. And the data enrichment, so robotic process automation boards are automatically pool data relevant to customer in transaction history and public record. So we will use the robotic process automation techniques that will collect all that customer data, like the customer account opening data or account opening form, or the geographic details of that customer the names, account number, mobile number, all this detail, or the customer past 6 month transaction history or past 1 year transaction history, or the lifeline transaction history, or the how the customer will interact, what are the beneficiaries of that customer. So basically the 360-degree of that customer will pull and shows the user, so they or the public record on that customer, so media record or the history, so that will help to do the analysis on that customer. So that will done by the system. And the case creation, once a case is automatically created in the case management system with all relevant data and predefined. So case is automatically created by the systems, and if that will allow the user, is you need to create the clears or not. So system, if we say no, so automatically system will delete the case. And if the is said yes, so system will process that case with pre-filled data. So user can do once he need data, so automatically case will assign the respective branch user or the home branch user or the transaction branch, so to collect or together to pull the more data in that system. So that will happen. And the analyst reviews, a case is routed to appropriate analyst with the risk score and the enrichment. So on the basis of risk score and what need to be analyzed, what data we need to collect or analyze in that, so analysts review on that basis, and their comments and feedback and their entire process will be audited or track and do the comments and then assign to respective users of that case. So action and closure, the analyst perform an investigation on the system and automate the final reporting. Escalate will needed if he thinks it is an the genuine transaction, not an the suspicious transaction. Then he do the comments and close the cases, the action date or the timestamp of closing of that analyst review. If he feels to L2 reviewer, or if you find to suspicious activity report or suspicious transactions report or the cash transactions report, then system will generate automatically these report in the GoML format or the respective bank format. So we will process certain things. So let's discuss on the benefits beyond the efficiency. So if we do the automation process in the case management, so what are the benefits we are getting from that system, or why that system is important, and how that system is impact workflow automation, and what the more the use of the manual process is integrated, and the analyst will more focus on do the analysis part. So let's increase the efficiency, cost reduction, improve the accuracy, enhance the analyst experience, and the scalability will definitely increase by implementing these things. So the increase the efficiency, reduce the case handling time by the 50 to 70%. Obviously there is already pre-filled data, pre-filled the suspicious activity report, and the user may just need to check data and to get the conclusion is they need, or they can close the case, or they can to send that case to the further analysis. And the cost reduction, definitely lower operational cost by minimizing the manual labor or minimum the human interactions, and that will increase the efficiency and reduce the cost of human hirings and improve the accuracy. So reduce the human error and ensure the consistency application of policies. And it will generate the more true positive rates as compared to false positive rates, and reduce the false positive by itself analyze the behavior of that customers, or its a system will itself analyze is there need to file the case or not, why there no need to file the case, why they need to file the case. So system will have that capabilities by using the robotic automation process and the blockchain and the AI/ML technologies. So then enhance the analytics experience. So analysts can focus on higher value of investigation work and to analyst work, and that will increase. So then scalability, the system can easily handle increase and alert volume without a proportionate increase in the hard code, increase the efficiencies, and the scalability will increase. So next move on the next slide, that is the implementation roadmap. So in this slide we will discuss on most topic as the phases and approach to adaptation sub technology robotic automation process in the case management. So what are the step or the what are the roadmap to adopt this thing? So first step is a discovery and analysis, then proof of the concept, then pilot program, and the full scale deployment and the continuous improvement, what we need to do with the minimum viable product. So first discuss on the discovery analysis. So identify the most time consuming and repetitive tasks. To do the analysis, what tasks we need to do the robotic automation process, what are the time consuming tasks, what things we are add in that task, or what pre-filled data we can sketch in that task, so that will to save the time of the analyst. And what are the repetitive tasks, so that should be system will do. So to discover such analysis and to detailed documentation of such analysis, and to take up pain points, consider these or the challenges in the systems, and then discuss on the proof of concepts. We'll start with the small high impact process and proven to the value. So to filter the small steps, but that are the high importance or high impact on the case management, and to do their automation process, to draw the system perspective process flow charts. So then the pilot program root out the solution in aspects of team or department, what the tasks we need to department are interacting, how that system will do, and the full scale development. Then to sketch that scene, to draw the wireframes process, the process flow chart, the technical process flow charts, how that will work, and then full scale development, the development, then start the development, expand the solution across the organization, and to create the wireframes and prototype that solution, that demonstrate to the stakeholders how that will work, and then continuous improvement, and the finally development will done in the production environment, and monitor the performance, refine the rules and automation, and then get the feedbacks, and again improvement and the development and discovery, and then the development. So these are the SDLC or the roadmap cycle will run continuously in that system. So let's discuss one of the case study, real-time example related to the case management, so you can understand more on these topics. So let's consider the scenario is a large financial institution struggling with high alert volume and the backlogs. So suppose one of the banks we are facing the challenges in the high alert volume or the backlogs in there in the case management system, and they are not able to to do the analysis on times, or the delay in on time, and there is a manual process or system maybe generate the high the fails positive that not need to be analyzed, or that just need to do the one and two test step on the basis of data. So we will consider such scenarios and implement the workflow automation solution for data enrichment and the case prioritization, and to such reduce some human interaction to system interaction by using the AIML technique, or by using the robotic process automation or the blockchain methodology. And from that the result will get 40% reduction in average case resolution times. The analyst will do the analysis fastly, more effective. 20% reduction in the false positive alerts generated by the system, and the reduction in 3 FTE higher in value investigation, reduce the manual process to same and repetitive tasks. So these are the results we will get by implementing this solution. So let's discuss on the future of transaction monitoring system hyper automation. So how the future will look like if we implemented the more automation in the transaction monitoring system, or in the payment screening system, or the name screening system. So what is the next we will think on in discuss in this topic? So hyper automation, the combination of AI and machine learning and the robotic process automation to automate and many processes as possible, and the tax will increases the system performance and the system efficiency, and system will do itself repetitive tasks completed, and predictive analytics using the data to predict the suspicious behavior before it occurs, and to detect the history of that transaction, and to do comments on such transactions, and to predict the history and analytic transactions, and dynamic and the risk scoring. So real-time adjustment of customer risk profile based on the behavior. System will analyze the customer behavior to define it is the suspicious or the genuine transactions. So that's the benefits we will get from implementing the automation case management system in the system. So that's the end of the slides. If you have any open points or if you want to learn more on that slide, so please do comments and I'll be there for help you guys. So please like and subscribe my channel so that motivate me to create more such videos for you. Once again, thank you so much for attending these videos. So let's thanks guys.